All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our final conversation. The longer, the messier appears to be the lot of the allegations saga involving the suspended senator of Kogi Central, Natasha and the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio. While Natasha has continued to make allegations upon allegations against Senator Akpabio bordering on sexual harassment, assassination, defamation and corruption, the camp of the Senate president remains unfazed. Speaking as a guest on TVC Breakfast Show, counsel to the Senate president, Monday Ubani, SAN, said Natasha is not providing any evidence to back her claims. Neither is she channeling her allegation through appropriate institutions. Ubani also described her claims as inconsistent and may attempt to instigate the public against Senator Akpabio. Now let's share part of the interview with you.
There has been no reaction whatsoever to all the barrage of allegations that has been made by Senator Natasha against Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President. You have never heard the Senate President speaking to any of the media outlets, concerning this matter. We feel that the best thing to do is to follow the institutional mechanism in order to look at whatever allegation anyone is making. If you have allegation against the Senate President, there are institutions, there is judiciary, there is the National Assembly, or you go to the security agencies to make those allegations. That has always been our stand. That if you have any evidence, against any wrongdoing against the Senate President, take it to the proper institution. But we've seen that most of the matters are being handled, at the social media level, and then, running to the press, running all over the place, all over in the world, and even in Nigeria, in making allegations, and then you are not providing any shred of evidence and all that. So you see that there is so much inconsistencies. You see that there is that is the motive is geared towards pulling that individual. You are making allegations, and those allegations, as I speak to you, you have not even channeled it through the proper channel, through the proper authority that can handle it. When the issue of seat reallocation came, and then you now came up with all these allegations, you have a relationship with this person, you are seen taking selfie, you are seen praising this same man after this so-called sexual harassment a day after. So many issues, So after you said all that, and then you now instigate the public, which is actually what is going on. You go to social media, you instigate the public. Of course, you listen to the leaked video. Looked audio from one Okai. It is issue of, the public will just push the story so that the public will be against Akpabio. The public will be against the government. The public will be against President Bola Tinubu. You don't do things that way. A lot of people that are working and probably saying these things are purely based on ignorance. But most of them are also knowing the truth, that there is no single evidence in all these allegations. When you don't have any evidence, I will say no problem. If you have any evidence against this man, present those evidence. Go through the normal institution and present them. I will be the first person to say, Senator Akpabio, step aside, because there is this evidence against you. But in all these allegations, and I want to say this with every sense of responsibility, there is not even a single shred of evidence that has been provided. We have, from sexual harassment, we have moved into organ harvesting, we have moved into issue of assassination, we are now moving into harassment of senators. And only you, out of 108 senators, only you is the one that is raising this issue. It's only you that is bringing this to no, but then you don't even have any evidence. If there's any evidence, we can say, this person is a moral crusader. He's an activist who is fighting for the interests of Nigerians. Let's support.
Dr. Monday Ubani, SAN, he says that Senator Natasha's claims are inconsistent and just meant to instigate the public. You heard that interview. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, remember Lisa Agbakoba had also said the same thing. And Lisa Agbakoba then even suggested that there should be an out-of-court settlement. But the moment he made, Agbakoba made that statement, the media went to town to say, these are people who are afraid. They are already jittery. They are jittery, that's why they are asking for out-of-court settlement. But the same Lisa Agbakoba even asked for retraction. Because as far as Agbakoba was concerned, those claims were not true. I've said it here again and again. The day I see evidence that indeed Akpabio had been harassing this woman, bent on lifting her skirt up, the way I would react, I know who I am. I know who I am. The way I will treat that matter, Akpabio will almost run out of town. But we are challenging her. It's a legitimate thing. We want to see evidence. These claims, these allegations are too weighty, too substantial for us not to have seen evidence. And I was saying it even on issues we did that as brotherhood. When we are beating a woman, text messages, voice notes, WhatsApp messages, you bring one, just one. Just one. If you bring one, leave the rest to us. Leave the rest. But the thing is, it's so bad in our country now that even if you are asking for evidence, they believe that, oh, it's because you are supporting Akpabio. How do you not want
surprised.
people? Some are saying, no, why are you asking for evidence? I've seen people go on social media. We are some of the most empty Nigerians are. They say, oh, no, why are you asking for it? What's your business asking for evidence? We want this matter to end. The day solid evidence is provided by Natasha, Akpabio will be so ashamed that he will not stay on that seat for one day more. We've seen Senate president on their own just leave when they see that this allegation is too weighty. Adolfo Swabara had to leave his seat. True. Over a bribery scandal.
The lady speaker.
You know, so many, we've seen situations like that, Patricia Ete, and all that. So, provide the evidence. I agree with Monday Obane that what Nigerians want to see, but it's evidence. But what we see is a contest between the two camps on social media. Somebody also even went and cloned Okolugbo. Okolugbo, one of the aides of Senate, they cloned his WhatsApp page.
Okay, WhatsApp.
And he was now, the person who assumed ownership of the page was now saying that the Senate president apologized. The Senate president told us to do this propaganda against Senator Natasha. And from the language, because the other person was using Allah, you know that Okolugbo is a knight of
Catholic Church.
The Catholic Church. There is no way Okolugbo will be using Allah in
that was where they dropped
in
the
a
ball.
WhatsApp. Yes, you know this. When people plan these things, sometimes they leave gaps.
Exactly.
They leave gaps. So how can a knight
be saying that
of the Catholic Church be saying using Allah in a WhatsApp post? So these things that we don't need, all of those drama we don't need. That woman can put an end to this, the nonsense that is going on. True. Just provide the evidence. The
evidence. And
Nigerians, you know, they are very emotional. The moment she provides it, you see how the table will turn against the Senate president. And I also think that on the issue of whether somebody made a call or not, the service provider can solve that problem.
It's true.
It's happened before. The service provider can solve that. We don't need to waste time. We like wasting time in this country. Honestly. This is a matter. Natasha is on her 4th month now of a 6-month suspension. Is this how this matter will just be going on like that?
I mean, GKB, how difficult is it to provide the evidence?
If you don't have any, it's going to be.
If you don't have any,
it's going to be difficult to do that.
Or impossible.
Because what are you going to base it on? Because normally you made the accusations 4 months ago. By now, this case
evidence should have been flying everywhere.
But they kept moving from one pillar to another post. Just like what happened during the Supreme Court cases of the election in 2023. When somebody would be on social media, be making claims of victory. Then you go to court and tell them you just want someone to be disqualified. Meanwhile, you tell your...
Or you say because somebody didn't win Abuja, it's not qualified.
Yeah, it's not qualified.
So that's the way we are. We just like drama. And like Gide said, I've said it many times, show us proof. I'll be your soldiers for revenge. Just give us proof and go and
leave the rest to us.
But so far, 4 months down the line,
I mean, first it was sexual harassment, assassination allegation, organ harvesting, harassment of Senate. But Bike, another thing I want to ask you.
The most ridiculous of all those allegations is the organ harvesting.
Is the organ harvesting?
Because doctors will tell you, for example, before, if I need your kidney, for example.
You have to test your blood.
May God not let that happen. They will conduct tests to ensure that compatibility. And then it is immediately transplanted. Not that they will put it on the ground or refrigerate it for months. Come on. Okay. Some of those things are so easy to disprove.
But another thing is, Senator Natasha seems to... Someone asked
and the time when the woman was sick,
yes.
Compare the time that the woman was sick to the time when that assassination took place. You know that it just doesn't add up.
A final question will be, someone asked the question. Senator Natasha seems to be getting a lot of support from the public since she made all of these allegations. Yes. Without backing any, with evidence. I mean, why is this so?
No, the thing is, Nigerians like to fight for the underdog.
Oh.
In this matter, Senator Natasha is the underdog. She will always have support and sympathy. Even if she doesn't provide evidence, she will still retain support. Although some people, some of those with her, have left because they felt by now there should have been evidence. Yeah. But she still has tremendous support on this matter because Nigerians don't like oppression. And they assume that, she's an underdog fighting against an entire government, so she needs people's support. And don't forget, the government, by removing subsidy, by doing some things that have made life so tough for Nigerians, there's no way the people will not say, let us back Natasha. In fact, some see her as somebody who is qualified to be president.
All right, GK, your thoughts on this one?
Bring evidence.
Why are people now supporting her without evidence?
She's a woman.
Because she's a woman? She's
an underdog. She belongs to the opposition party. And people need a figure, basically, to show that the government is insensitive to women. So many things can be wrapped around this. All she's doing is providing...
And there's political angle to it.
Okay, political angle.
There are people who believe that the Senate president must go because he's been too supportive of the president. So to get at the president, you need to remove Akpabio. It will be difficult for him.
All right.
That's how they are thinking.
All right, gentlemen. Well, beautiful conversation. GKB, thank you so much for doing this.
Always a pleasure.
BK, as always, thank you so much.
We'll see the evidence.
We need to. And that's it on Journalist.